Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, I've got some knives for you today. We're going to be looking at knives in the gentleman or gentle lady category. These are a little bit nicer knives, things that might go better with a suit, fancy dress, or a fancy type of dress. If you're going out somewhere for a nice dinner, a wedding, anything, funeral, what have you, you want a knife to fit what you are wearing. Not necessarily, but for me it's an excuse to get more knives. I have some options I want to show you. Now we have the upper budget options and the lower budget. And you're looking from about $43 up to about $200. So we got some and everything in between. So cover all the bases. Now what's the purpose? Why? Gentleman folder, gentle lady folder. What's the big deal? Alright, so what do you carry normally every day? I carry a few different knives. These are just some examples here. One I've been carrying the last couple of weeks. I've had this knife for over a year, but I switch them out a lot. I have so many, I like to give them all pocket time. Actually, one of my favorite knives, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This one is an S30V. I actually have another version of this. I love it so much I bought a second one. The second one is the S110V version. Amazing, but that's a whole other video. One thing I do love with this knife, we will actually see in one of the gentleman or gentle lady knives, is the compression lock. It's my absolute favorite lock. Spyderco does make it. It's great to fidget with. And you look kind of cool doing it. Another knife I will carry a lot of the time is another Spyderco. This is the Spyderco Endura in ZDP 189. This is the more expensive option. You can get for about $70-80. You can get it in VG10, which is a great steal. I do have a knife here in VG10 that we'll be looking at. This one's in ZDP 189. This knife, oh god, you sharpen it once, you really feel like you never need to sharpen it again. Amazing steel. Also, point for another video. But let's say, you carry different knives for different purposes. I have a work knife. I carry a Benchmade Freak. It's a great knife. It's a good knife. It takes a lot of abuse, and it shows it. So if you're going out, you want to have something, maybe he's looking a little more fancy, So let's take a look at some of these knives. We'll start at the lower end first. We'll kind of move up around, but start on the lower end. The first version here we're going to look at, this one is a rake. The way it's spelled is R-U-I-K-E. It sounds like rook, ruiki, but it's pronounced rake. From everything I've read and understand, it is pronounced rake. It's a Chinese company. They are made by Phoenix Flashlights, but it's a really good knife. Not everything from China is crap. This is a really good knife. They do make some good knives. Rake is one of those companies. What's interesting with this knife is you do have fun ways of opening it. As you can see, it has the thumb studs, but if you take a look here, you can see this protrusion. This is also a front flipper. It's just a fun way of opening it. It really makes no difference one way or the other. It's just cool. It's different. That's why I bought it. This one you can get for $43 on Amazon. This is a good knife. I'm actually really excited. I just got it. I can't wait to sharpen it. It's 14C28N. If steel makes a difference to you, it is a good steel. I do really like it, and it's something that I know I'll have a lot of fun with. I definitely will be getting more front flippers. So now you're trying to figure out, alright, what kind of design am I looking for? Now the options I have currently are titanium or carbon fiber. The exception is the next option up on the list is micarta. This is the Kaiser. It's another Chinese company, but Kaiser makes very, very good knives. I will be getting more in the future. This one is the Kaiser Big Lighter. I know it sounds just like Bic Lighter, but it's Big Lighter is how it's pronounced. VG10, you have a good cutting edge, over 3 inches. It's a very sleek knife. It will fit in a pocket or purse very well, and you will not notice it until you need it. But it has a slim pocket clip. It just kind of sits right in your pocket, and I think it goes very well with a suit or a dress or a purse. Now let's get into titanium. Now this is the upper side of prices. This is the one goes about $200. This is the zero tolerance 0450. This one is an S35VN. This is a very good steel. It's a slightly updated version of S30V, but it's a great way to go. This one I actually put a mirror polish on it, but it was to kind of accent the pivot screw on both sides has a mirror polish, so I thought it would go well with it. And you also get these scarlet colored pillars inside. I think it actually it's a very nice looking knife. This one I feel like is good also for if you're dressing up, but if you're just going out, it's a great knife to carry. You don't have to be dressed up to carry it. I mean, you don't have to dress up to carry any knife, but this is a great way to go. But it's also very expensive. Not everybody wants to just jump out and spend $200. Completely understandable. But when we were talking about the paramilitary 2 with the compression lock, we also have the sliver axe. The sliver axe has the compression lock as well. This one is also S30V steel, and it's a little different. This one is carbon fiber handles. This knife is very, very light. This one will disappear in your purse or pocket. It has a really nice handle, very comfortable. You just kind of slide right into it, and it's just an interesting shape. I bought it just because it's a very interesting knife. It's really pretty. It's cool. Is a little up there though, not quite as expensive, going up there with the ZT-0450, which was about $200. This one you're looking at $160, $170, so it's definitely less expensive. That's what you're going for. A little more fun to play with. Alright, so not only that with carbon fiber, there's also busting out another Spyderco. We got the Spyderco Sage 1. You might remember this if you saw the previous video where I did the sharpening on it. This is another great one. This one, it is a little wide in the pocket, but you know, if you're not carrying too much stuff or whatever, it's really not a big deal. It's very comfortable, and you do get a couple of grip options on it. You have the choil up front you can choke up on for doing more fine work, or if it's just more comfortable for you to hold it that way, but you don't have to. You also can hold it down like this. And Spyderco is awesome because they give you these ramps, so your thumb just rests right into place. This is another great way to go. But I hear you already. I don't know if I like the carbon fiber more, if I like titanium more. Well, for about $80, $85, I got a great option for you. Right here, the Steel Wheel Resident. This one is in D2 steel. This is another really good steel. This one is titanium on one side, carbon fiber on the other, and it actually gives you some nice, I would say, blue, electric blue pillars in the back of the handle, and it just adds a nice look to it. This one, you look at, yeah, like I said, $80, $85, so this is not the most expensive. It's also not the cheapest. This is probably about middle price wise of everything we're looking at today, but this is a really great one. This is another good option, I'd say, similar to the ZT-0450, of a knife that you can just kind of carry whenever. Another thing I do like about it too, I don't like it with all knives, but in certain applications I do like the deep carry clip. So it's a loop over right up here. This knife disappears in your pocket, and it's lightweight. You will forget it's in your pocket. And it's also really fun to play with, but it's very smooth, and this does look very, very nice. This knife, I feel like, fits just about any occasion, especially if you're dressing up. Alright guys, so I want to hear what you think. There are tons of options out there. This is just a tip of the iceberg. There are tons of other knives. I have tons of other knives covering all different occasions. Let me know what you guys think. Put a comment. What do you carry every day? What do you carry when you're going out? You know, I want to hear from the ladies as well. Do you want something nice like this? This is really a sweet knife, the ZT-0450, but you're also paying for it. You know, this would be one great for the purse, but I also know too, you know, a lot of times, you know, going out or whatever, sometimes ladies like to carry smaller, dressier purses, you know, so maybe your everyday carry is the Cold Steel Voyager XL Tanto with a 5.5-inch blade, but that's not going to fit in your little clutch. So maybe instead of this, you want to go smaller, and that's why I think the Rake P671 would be a good option. This will fit in a little clutch. Actually, so would the ZT. Most of these would. Wow. I might get a clutch now. These are great, though. You know, there are tons of options. You know, please, if you have any questions, you want me to go into more, all of these knives I will be doing reviews on in the future, along with all my other knives. I've shown you maybe 10 knives so far. Oh, the exception, I've shown you 9. This is the 10th. This is also another knife I like to carry sometimes. The Cold Steel Code 4, also S35VN. This is a nice little knife. They come in few different blade options. I chose the drop point with the swedge. I just prefer that better. I'm not really huge with spare points. That's the other option. But aluminum handles, very, very thin. This is a really nice knife too. But that is not what we're here for today. So check out, guys. You know, you can look all these knives up. You can pick a lot of them up. These are all still currently made. I'd really recommend this one. This one is, I think, my favorite of all of them. The Sliver Axe. Oh, it's just such a sexy knife. It's just so smooth. Alright, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you guys want. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I do apologize, the static noise, trying to figure out what's going on with that. I am using my phone for these videos for the time being. Not sure if it has something to do with that. I thought I'd try it in my garage versus the my downstairs bathroom where I did the sharpening yesterday. I'll figure it out and get it worked out for everyone. But please have an awesome rest of your day. Let me know what other knives you guys want to see. You know, if there's something that isn't here, bring up a knife that you like. I might already have it. And these are just pocket knives. What are some fixed blades that you like? I love fixed blades. That's what actually got me started. I probably have, 35 or so pocket knives. I have well over 100 fixed blades. Love them to death. All different companies, steels, you name it. Have a great night, guys. Really hope you got a lot out of this.